I'm Matthew Albritton, a Geographic Information Systems Manager.
And I'm Alicia Lawrence, a Geographic Information Systems Specialist.
We work for the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, Division of Plant Industry in Gainesville, Florida.
Today we are demonstrating the concept of the Florida ApiaryCitrus Industry Link.
It's a public online mapping service being created to promote and simplify communication between these two industries.
We will show you how to get around the application and explain what the map displays. But before we get into the map, let's talk about the issues driving this need for better communication.
Citrus greening and colony collapse disorder are major issues facing two of Florida's most valuable agricultural industries that need to work together for many reasons. Here's a segment from the Commissioner's address to the recent meeting of the citrus and apiary industries.
We have two key segments of a very important industry in agriculture that are facing existential threats. We've got a greening disease, which is the biggest threat that citrus has ever seen. There is no plan B for an industry that occupies a 500,000 acre footprint, and we've got to have some crop protection tools to ensure that that industry survives. But the pollinator industry has seen its fair share of challenges, whether it's varroa mite or colony collapse disorder or a host of things that have been real challenges. And now we've got these two issues really coming together, trying to organize citrus growers, trying to coordinate nutritional programs, coordinate spray programs. I think that Florida can really provide a model that other states are looking to for how we're going to move forward together and solve this problem.
The Florida ApiaryCitrus Industry Link will be located at the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services webpage.
Its purpose is to promote and simplify communication between the two industries by providing owner contact information for citrus groves and beehives.
The success of this application will depend on the willingness of beekeepers to report their beehive locations.
These locations are often considered valuable trade secrets. Therefore, the exact location of a beehive will not be shared publicly.
Instead, the bee icon created for this application will represent a list of beehives located within a 1 square mile block of land.
Today we will show you how to use the application's navigation and measurement tools, discuss the data layers displayed on the map, and demonstrate how to view and use the information.
Next, we will demonstrate how this application functions, first from the perspective of a citrus grower, and then from the perspective of a beekeeper.
Lastly, we will show you how to access the mobile version of the Florida ApiaryCitrus Industry Link. This application provides a variety of base maps for reference. For example, you can choose to see aerial imagery, streets, or other geographic features.
Using this search window, you can locate an area of interest by coordinates or by address. You can zoom in and out using the scroll function of a mouse or by using the navigation bar at the top left.
Measurement tools allow users to measure distance, area, and get the coordinates of a point.
To turn data layers on and off, use the layer tabs on the toolbar at the top.
Turning data layers on and off changes what the map can show. However, the zoom extent of the map determines which data layers are visible. We've shown you how to navigate the map, so next we will talk about the data layers provided.
The citrus health management area boundary lines are shown in blue. These areas are where coordinated psyllid treatment may occur. Clicking inside the area will show a pop-up window with information for contacting the area's coordinator. The Public Land Survey System, Township, Range, Section Grid, represented in yellow, helps bring reference to large rural areas.
Bee icons are used to represent reported beehive location information. A single central icon will represent a list of all beehives located within a 1 square mile block of land. Beehive location data is collected seasonally. Clicking on the icon brings up a pop-up window with the owner contact information.
Citrus blocks are used to represent commercial citrus. Groves planted since 2007 are shown in red to indicate the potential use of soil-applied neonicotinoids. All other citrus blocks are shown in green. Clicking on the grove shape brings up a pop-up window with the grove's block ID number. This is needed to request this grove's contact information from your local Citrus Health Response Program office.
Bee forage habitat is provided for extra reference.
To talk about this layer, here's Max Fakin from the Division of Agricultural and Environmental Services.
Thanks, Matt. The honeybee forage data was initially developed to identify potential areas that beekeepers can use as alternative forage to citrus groves. Since citrus is a major nectar source in Florida, we wanted to identify areas where other major nectar sources are located. The major nectar plants were chosen based on the Florida Bee Botany document written by Malcolm Sanford at the University of Florida and includes gallberry, white tupelo, saw palmetto, cabbage palm, black mangrove, melaleuca, and Brazilian pepper. To identify the habitats associated with these plants, we used the Florida Cooperative Land Cover Map data published by the Florida Natural Areas Inventory. Keep in mind that many of these habitat types may not be dominated by the associated nectar plant. For example, even though gallberry is associated with flatwoods, it does not necessarily mean that it will be present in all flatwoods. Likewise, cabbage palm, although common in South Florida, is not likely to be found outside of coastal hammocks in North Florida, with the exception of residential areas where it is planted. Finally, many other areas not represented in this data may contain good bee forage, including residential areas with planted ornamentals and disturbed sites containing flowering weeds like Spanish needles and goldenrod.
In the next section, we will explain how a beekeeper and a citrus grower could contact each other using this information. If you are a citrus grower, you may want to know if there are any beehives nearby your groves and how to contact the owners.
First, navigate to your area of interest. Using the map's bee icon, citrus growers can find and contact the owners of reported hives. If a beehive exists in this area, a bee icon will appear at the center of the 1 square mile block of land.
Clicking on this icon displays a pop-up window with the beehive owner names and contact information. Pop-up windows display data layer information in the order that they overlap each other. For example, this icon is representing multiple beehives. The arrow at the top of the pop-up window indicates that you are viewing the records for one of 6 features that coincide with the point that you clicked on. This location is also within a citrus health management area. Therefore, an additional pop-up window comes up with the information on how to contact the area's coordinator.
If you are a beekeeper, you may also want to view nearby citrus blocks and access information needed to contact the owner. Clicking on the block shape opens a pop-up window with a block ID number. The block ID number is needed to reference the grove when requesting grower contact information through your local Citrus Health Response Program office.
The Florida ApiaryCitrus Industry Link can be accessed using most internet-connected mobile devices.
The mobile application brings the data into the field, where communication is critical.
The ESRI ArcGIS application allows mobile users to consume online map services, such as the Florida ApiaryCitrus Industry Link. This application can be downloaded from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
The mobile application functions in the same way as the online application. You can zoom to a location of interest using the search function or by using the mobile device's onboard GPS sensor. You can also click on objects to open information pop-up windows.
When clicking on objects, remember to tap the arrow to view each record that corresponds to the point. For example, clicking here returns information for this location's citrus health management area, beehives, and citrus groves. We hope you find this application useful.
For questions or additional information about this application, please contact the DPI helpline or your local apiary inspector.